What up, guys? It's your girl El Rochelle here for Hardwood Diva. I am bringing you my NBA games to watch for this week. Sorry I was unable to do it last week. If you saw any of my posts, the last couple of videos that I've done, you saw that I had lost my voice for about a week and a half, and I was kind of sick for a week, so it was really difficult for me to try and do all of that while Thanksgiving was going on that weekend and everything. So sorry about missing it. So today, Monday, December 6th, the games that I think you guys should be watching, checking out Oklahoma City Thunder and the Chicago Bulls. Again, these are two teams with amazing guards in Russell Westbrook for Thunder and then Derrick Rose for the Chicago Bulls. These are two contenders, both out of the East. For the Bulls and out of the West for the Thunder. These are two teams that I definitely think you should be watching out for. Russell Westbrook has definitely stepped his game up. He is doing a lot better. Durant was out for a couple of games, so he's definitely pulling his weight and making things a lot easier for this team and showing why he was such a good investment for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I'm definitely seeing this being a very good game to watch. So catch that tonight at 5. Then we have the Sacramento Kings versus the LA Clippers. If you've been watching, you know that I adore watching Blake Griffin play. I'm trying to get to a game out here within the next couple of months because I want to see this kid. This kid is amazing. If you watched him at all in college, then, this is not a huge surprise, but just knowing that he missed last season, a lot of people, I think, forgot how good this kid really is. So it's going to be amazing to watch him play throughout the season. So even though the Clippers aren't amazing as a team as far as their record, I think they're like 4-17. They're doing better because they were like 1-12 for a while or something like that. So they're actually getting some wins in the last couple of weeks. But he is definitely what you want to see, and I see this as an up and coming team. If Donald Sterling does, what he should do, which is keep this core together, I think they can have a very good team. They're definitely amazing to watch. And they've been playing a lot better and keeping close. So go ahead and check that game out tonight at 7:30. Then we have tomorrow, December 7th, we've got the Phoenix Suns versus the Portland Trailblazers. This is a matchup from last year's Western Conference, so you want to check that one out. Just, really good teams to watch and kind of see how Phoenix has evolved now that they don't have Amari, but they're still playing very good basketball, still a very good team to watch. Still have that kind of that pace that you love seeing with the Suns, that kind of quick pace, moving the ball up and down the court, fast, getting things done, getting baskets. Steve Nash just being Steve Nash and being one of the best guards in the league. This is definitely a game I think you should watch. Portland has a solid team with Roy. Their inside presence is very good, so I'm definitely saying this is a game to watch tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then you have Washington Wizards versus the Los Angeles Lakers. John Wall's back. I think he has been back playing. He's been kind of hurt off and on this season. This is going to be a good game to watch. I know the Lakers are a quality team. They are they are the current NBA champions. Not playing so well, but if you know anything about basketball, this is an 82-game season. You're really playing for the playoffs. You just want to make sure you make it. And as long as you can get in there and just hurt the rest of the teams, it doesn't really matter. So a lot of Lakers fans aren't too worried. But you definitely want to see this matchup. I think this is a good matchup. A kid that could definitely be the future of this league, and with John Wall, kind of going up against what is current with Kobe and the Lakers and that solid squad that they have. So check that one out at 7:30. Then Wednesday, December 8th, we've got Denver versus Boston. Denver's kind of quietly doing a good job. Just solid play from them. Seeing Carmelo. Carmelo's a little feisty this year. He's had a couple of texts, been tossed out of a couple of games. But he's definitely playing hard. If he's playing for a contract from either his current team or from a new team, either way, he's doing an amazing job with this team. And I think that Denver is doing very well. They have a chance to do much better than they did last season. Last season, they were doing well. Then everything kind of fell apart when their coach fell ill. So I'm definitely seeing this team moving forward and outpacing themselves last year. So go ahead and check that one out. It's at 4, so it's a little earlier. Might have to TiVo, DVR, but check it out if you can. Miami and Utah. There's all the talk of Miami. Miami went into Cleveland last week to kind of avenge avenge LeBron's name, because you know how Cleveland has been because of his departure. They did a good job, but they did a good job against a losing team that still personally does not impress me. I need to see more from them. I need them to beat over 500 teams. Subpar teams, anybody can beat subpar teams. I don't want to see that. I want to see a team that can beat quality, can beat a top squad. And I haven't seen that other than that one Pars victory versus Orlando, which was a big one, but that's just a little bit that we've seen. I want to see this team be able to play together, and that's going to be what I feel is going to let me know this is the team to beat. I still think it's the Lakers out of the West, and I definitely still Boston, Orlando even have a much better shot of getting to the finals than Miami currently. So I'm going to just have to see them coming together as a team much better throughout the season before I can anoint them the way so many have, just because they came together. But watching them versus Utah, Utah is a top squad out of the West. They're quiet. It's kind of just the way Utah is, in my opinion. It's just kind of a laid back. You don't get much out of Salt Lake City. It's not like this big town that everyone knows about. But Utah is definitely playing solid, doing very well. And so I'm expecting to see a pretty good game. Then we've got the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Clippers. This is that we play in the same house, yet it's still really one team's house. This week is technically an away game for the Lakers. But I just want to see Blake Griffin playing up against Kobe and that squad. And I always think this is a good test for them. So we'll see how it goes. So check that game out at 7:30. That Miami-Utah game is at 6. Then Thursday, December 9th, we have Orlando and Portland. There's only 3 games on that night, and this is personally the best of the 3. Not even a huge fan of this one, but I definitely like Orlando. I like Portland, where they're going. So I want to see, kind of how this East-West matchup could be. So check it out. It's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Then Friday, December 10th, we have a few games. We've got the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Chicago Bulls. Again, this is a top Western squad versus a very good Eastern squad. I want to see how they match up. It's going to be interesting seeing how Derek Fisher can keep up with Derrick Rose, because he's not very good at keeping up with those quicker, younger point guards. But, we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. But I'm definitely saying the guard play may not be as well as could be for the Lakers. But, we'll see. We'll see how if Powell's finally coming on. He's not been having the greatest of seasons. I think he's a little bit hurt, a little bit tired. He's been playing a lot with Bynum out again because of injury. We'll really get to see later how this team works together. But I like to see the little matchups that go on in the beginning of the season for them. So go ahead and check that one out at 5. Then another game at 5 is a very good Western Conference matchup, which is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New Orleans Hornets. This game should be really good. Hornets are actually playing a lot above what many had expected them. Oklahoma City is definitely coming on strong. Like I said, Russell Westbrook is a lot better than many have expected. He's definitely stepped his game up. You can see he practices, he works hard, and he's trying to understand his position. He's doing a very good job. So we're going to get to see him versus Chris Paul. This is going to be a really good game, so I definitely say you should check that one out too. Unfortunately, it's on at the same time as the Lakers-Chicago game. Don't want to say if you had to pick one, just pick one. I just say flip back and forth. So go ahead and check that one out at 5. And then we have another one with Orlando versus Utah. Again, a top Eastern squad versus a top Western squad. Check that one out. This should be a really good game. And that one's at 6. So you'll be flipping between like 3 games. If you're listening to me, you'll be flipping between 3 games and checking all those out, which I think they're going to be some really good games. Then finally for Saturday, December 11th, which is also my friend Tiffany's birthday. Yay! Happy birthday, Tiffers. But that day we're going to have Utah versus Dallas. As you can see, I'm definitely a fan of watching Utah play. They're a solid team, solid offense, solid defense. And Dallas is quietly doing a very good job. They have an older guard in Jason Kidd, but the man still has not come down. I don't know what it is, but he's still playing amazing. Dirk's doing a great job. This team is just meshing well right now. We'll see what it gets them. Dallas has always been a team that plays well in this season and then just kind of sort of falls apart in the playoffs. With the highest they've been with being in the finals, 2005 when they played against the Miami Heat and lost. But I definitely see this as being a good game, definitely a good matchup for the Western Conference. And that one's going to be December 11th at 5:30 p.m. Thanks, guys.